Hi there, my name is Jim Turner, and I got some family members. Well, there's probably other people out there getting eaten too, right? Hornets and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just kind of, I'm just going to give an idea here, right, of how to try to help control these hornets and wasps. Now, of course, you can always go, and buy the stuff, but if you got the basic stuff. Okay, so what I got here is I got a bucket. Now, on this bucket, you can use, you know, a lid if you got one. Now, you can take a lid and like put it on the top. And you can do a number of different things. See if this one's the right one. That does not look like the right one. And so you can like drill holes in it. Depending on what you want to do. That's the right one, yeah. So you can take something like this and just drill some holes. Just a couple of holes, good sized ones. And on the other side, you can take and just whatever way you can get it on there. See, so what I'm going to be using is skin from the chicken. So I'll take the chicken skin and give it to my dog. Give the good stuff to my dog over there, and, and then use the skin for down the road when it's hornet season and all that, and wasp season, because they're looking for protein, right? And so they'll literally take skin right off of us. If they're desperate enough, they'll just come and land on us and see what kind of chunk they can take off our bodies. Crazy stuff, right? Pretty crazy. So what I got here is I've got some chicken skin that I've frozen. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take a piece of that, and so it doesn't matter how I fasten it to it. Just the trick is to make it work, right? The trick is to get that to stay there. So if you picture me this, right? So you got that fastened to that. You do it whatever way. Just run some tape, or some screws. You can even run some screws through it. But what happens if you do that is once it starts to thaw, because it's frozen solid, right? So once it starts to thaw, you're going to get it stringy and yeah. So what I like to do is take a little bit. Now you can use some like old window screen or something. I think I might have some actually. I use old window screen for a number of different things. So when I'm doing my microgreens, I'll take some extra window screen because when I replace my window screens from time to time, so I'd go buy the big roll, so I have it on hand all the time, and so I cut them in little squares. So you can get the picture here. You can take some screen like that, or any kind of thing, even stuff. You know how you get your onions, you get onions, and they have you can get them when they're in the net, or anything that's in a net, even avocados, right? Think about this, right? So you can take that and just kind of tape that to a side, but leave it so there's a little gap so you can get your new chicken in, or whatever pieces. You can slide it in, from the side from then on. So I'm teaching you. I'm just giving a concept of so many variables. Just think about what you got. What do I have that'll actually work, right? And so that's what I'm doing here. You can use any old container, right? Anything. So what you want to do is you want to bring that water up. So you're gonna put water in here. Now, I've got a bunch of peaches that have fallen to the ground out there, and so what I'm doing is I'm taking some peaches off the ground and I'm mixing it in the water, and then I'm adding a little detergent, a teaspoon or something, to the whole mix, so that when the wasps get underneath this, right, they're gonna. If you choose this design, you got some good sized holes drilled. They're gonna go into those holes, and then they're going to start competing with each other once they get a few in there. they'll start bouncing around because they don't like to be very close to each other because they're cannibals too, right? They'll eat each other. Yeah, they just don't like each other. They'll fight each other and bounce off each other. So what happens when you get more than one in there, particularly, they'll start bouncing off each other and being competitive with each other, and they'll bounce down into the water, and there they'll stay because the detergent won't allow them to break the plane of the surface of the water, so they just kind of float there, and that'll be the end of that. So the water and the detergent will hold them into place, and the fruit. You can use peaches, just whatever's rotted fruit, kind of getting rotted or something, and you just use whatever you got. Yeah, I just happen to have some peaches on the ground. I just kind of squished it into the water, and that was it, right? And so I'm going to show you how I'm going to assemble this particular design. So I'll drill some holes here, and take this screen and attach this screen to the underside of this thing here, kind of like that. Somehow drill it. I can use some screws, just whatever will work, but you get the idea, right? You get the idea, right? Some tape, you can run some tape to the either end. Just want to leave a gap so you can get your chicken, replace it with from the rotted one to the the new one, the new frozen one. So I'm going to put this chicken back in the freezer for the time being until I'm ready to assemble this. I've already got one outside that I threw together a couple days ago because the wasps were landing on me wanting to eat my flesh. I said, what? And they're getting they're flying right into my hive. I mean, just right over the top of my girls, right? Trying to get in there and get whatever they can get. And I watched those hornets come they land right down on top of my girls when they're sitting there minding their own business on the hive. Those hornets just come just whoop, like a helicopter, whoop, right down on top of one of my girls. They just say any, meeny, miny, mo, like a buffet up on my landing board, and they just fly right off with her. Perfectly healthy girl too. Some of these girls are just coming out for the first time. They're just roaming around, getting used to the air before they kind of fly out for the first time to get pollen and nectar. Okay, so I'm going to assemble this thing, drill some holes, and adhere that chicken to the underside of this, and put the water in there along with the soap, and I'll show you what it looks like at the end product. Okay, please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, leave a comment. We'll talk about it. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about it. Okay, here's my little assembly table, my outside assembly table. So looks like I forgot the container. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill some bigger holes in the lid. Now, you don't have to have a lid. You got a piece of wood or something over top of something. Find a piece of wood that kind of has the close dimensions. You can see here, this is just something I threw together 2 days ago. Got a piece of wood so it'll fit inside a similar, Got a piece of chicken. Use the screen, just attach that screen. And I got those look like pretty much all hornets. So those are, what's in there looks like all hornets. So this is just something I threw together like, what do I got over there? I got that over there. I just quickly grabbed some things that I saw laying around, and I made this wasp and hornet catcher. So, and it's doing its job. This morning it was dismantled by who knows, a raccoon, cat, a dog, I don't know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this chicken. This is just the skin of a chicken. Oh, first I'm going to put the bigger holes because because of the design that I've come up with here, we want those wasps to have clear access. So I'm going to give them some good sized holes to climb in and out of. So they feel like, so they don't feel like they're trapped. So that I want them to be able to say, oh, this is quick and easy in and out. Yeah, there's some protein in here. I can just smell it. So we want them to come in and out freely. So I got 4 holes there. And I got my screen. This is just window screen. Extra window screen I had laying around. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my drill. Got some screws that I located. and I'm just gonna 4-corner those screws so that it holds my screen in place. But I also want I want access so that I can easily throw some more chicken in there without having to dismantle anything, right? So just like it's like a slip-in chicken. Right? I can just slip it in there, and easy peasy. So I don't like to make my designs overly complicated. More simple the better. Easier it is to maintain them, if anything. So what I got here is I've got a screen that now I'll be able to slip in some chicken at my leisure, and that's it. So I'll slide my chicken in and out of it right there, or here, wherever the chicken will fit in, right? So I've got my thing here, and little handles here, the screws. And of course, you can always snip them or whatever. Just go with your flow. So if this chicken was sitting lower, I would dump more water out. So I want this fairly close to the water, about maybe 2-3 inches from the water. And so I want them to feel free enough to fly around without hitting that water, and they'll just fall right in that water. And that is my wasp and hornet nest catcher. So I got this other one, and yeah, it's got stuff in there. But this one is something, this kind of thing here, you can just fold it up for the season and put it away. The other one has odds and ends of pieces that I threw together. There's more to mess with the other one. This one's really simple. It'll dry itself out over time if you just leave it, right? And that is kind of it for my wasp catcher. So about a teaspoon of soap is probably enough. I use Dawn, and the rest just regular water. Now, I'm probably going to go grab some grapes that have fallen on the ground, smush those up to give that water kind of a sweet smell, because they also like that. So if you got some, oh, I got some flowers coming on. Oh, my bees are liking those. So if you got some sort of fruit of any kind, you can also use apple cider vinegar. Put that in the water. Something that has a fruity kind of smell. That'll just help with the attraction. All right, that's it. Please subscribe, thumbs up, ring the bell, and I'll be putting this in my bee section. All right, have a good life, good day. Bye now.